Hey LeGrand Alive, this is Coffee with Will, brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress, Grand Ron Hospital, Anything2Digital.com, and Seabright Dentistry. And I'm here today with Bob Kavanaugh, who is the director of the Union County Chamber of Commerce, the new director of the Union County Chamber of Commerce, recently moved to that position, and he is here to chat with me about himself and the future of LeGrand and tourism and all that kind of fun stuff. So thank you for joining me here today, Bob. I'm really glad that you got to come in this morning. So why don't you tell me now? I did a little bit of Facebook stalking on you, I will be honest. And what I've discovered from my behind-the-scenes stalking is that you grew up in Lacey, I believe Lacey, Washington,
yes.
And you attended University of Phoenix for business. Now, did you do that online or did you do it in
Both,
person?
yeah.
Okay, so you did move to Phoenix.
Well, actually, they have campuses all over. So in Clackamas is where I did my
So still in the
there.
Northwest.
Still in the Northwest, yeah.
So mainly, I guess, kind of what I'm getting at, and then you moved back to Eastern Oregon, and you are in Eastern Oregon. The Northwest seems to have a pretty strong hold on you.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me, what is it about the Northwest where you grew up, and what keeps you coming back?
Oh my gosh, good question. So, my wife and kids and I are outdoorsy people, and so no big shock, no big surprise. We love the outdoors. Anything outdoors, we want in on it. And so, lived in the valley for a while, moved to Bend and Hood River, and as a kid though, we would come out to Eastern Oregon and hunt and fish and hike. And then also, not a lot of people know this about me, but I was also a youth pastor for a few years. Yeah, and so in fact, this is interesting because where I was a youth pastor.
You seem like a youth pastor,
oh, thanks.
and in the best possible way. You've
fun
probably
side
eaten a
of it.
lot of weird things.
Oh my gosh, yes. Absolutely. And stayed up a lot of late nights
Lots
doing
of
crazy
late
things.
nights, yes.
But what we did too is we would come to Eastern Oregon with all these kids to do activities, whether it's rafting or hitting Wallowa Lake or skiing or any of these backpacking, any of these great outdoor activities that Eastern Oregon offers. And through the years, fell in love with Eastern Oregon and the people of Eastern Oregon. And so I had an opportunity, I worked for a large bank, and I had an opportunity to move to Eastern Oregon to be a district manager over Eastern Oregon and the branches in Eastern Oregon, and jumped at it. I couldn't believe it. It was too good to be true. And so we moved here, love the community, and just felt, my wife and I felt a strong sense of calling. And I know that sounds very strange, but we felt a sense of calling to be in Eastern Oregon, to serve in some capacity, and to be a help, and to just be a part of a phenomenal community. And so the opportunity came up to serve the Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely. So yeah, I was just going to ask you about that. You've moved on from your bank job, and you've moved to the Chamber of Commerce. Why did you make that move? And
yeah, and you know, I get that a lot actually. But you know, the Chamber of Commerce, when you really think about it, it fits my background. It fits the whole financial perspective. It fits commerce, meaning how do we promote and build more commerce, support our local community, business community, and that's a lot of what I did at the bank too. And so what I felt was there's an opportunity here to serve Union County as a whole, but also the different communities in Union County. You know, I was in Cove the other night for their Cherry Fair meeting. Business folks are there, retired folks are there, and they all have a heart and a passion to further the advancement of Union County. I meet here in LeGrand with multiple businesses, and it's the same theme. How do we further the commerce or the feel, the economy of Eastern Oregon? But you know, it's more than the economy. It's how do we bring tourism here? How do we help people to see the value of living in our county? And also, how do we keep people from moving away from our county? How do we build more opportunities for them here? And so, long story short, we felt called. We felt called to be here in Eastern Oregon. And so when this job came up, the opportunity came up, my wife and I talked long and hard about it, prayed about it, and thought this would be a great opportunity to serve in a way that really fits, I think, our personalities and our drives. So there you go. That's why we're here.
Absolutely. Now, that kind of brings up a question of economy, of what keeps people in a place. Right. And that is kind of the really big thing that a lot of businesses and business owners and Chamber of Commerce is focused on, is building a location that is vibrant enough, healthy enough, economically stable enough, culturally adept enough to keep people in the place. And now some people might argue that LeGrand has a hard time with that, especially in the areas of culture and even some areas of business. There's a lot of empty businesses and those kinds of things. How do we continue to grow and bring LeGrand into a place where people want to move here, stay here, live here, make it a little bit more of a vibrant place in your mind?
Oh my gosh. Totally loaded question. Thank you very much. But okay, you've got some interesting thoughts there, because I think what's happened is, in the minds of people who live in Union County, they're asking those questions. But what happens is the feeling components, the psychological components start to kick in, where anxiety kicks in, because we see businesses leaving, we see empty buildings on our main street. We don't hear of these successes that are taking place every day, and so the angst kicks in. Absolutely. And so now we get upset and we worry. But you know, I'm here to tell you, Will, that there are good things going on in Union County.
Absolutely.
So the question is, okay, people want to live here. We know that. People have said all across the county, we want to live in Union County. We have people who move here, and they're either e-commerce commuters, so to speak, where they are online, they have a business online. So we don't see those guys. They're not a brick and mortar downtown, but we have that component. They want to raise their children here. They want to grow here. They want to invest in the community, and they want to enjoy what Eastern Oregon has to offer. So we've got that, but we don't often hear of that. So we've got those components happening. We've got a beautiful college. We've got a beautiful hospital. We've got ag. We've got the railroad. We've got so many things happening that what I am setting out to do is say, let's focus on what we've got. Let's really pay attention to what we have. Because I've been in many meetings, I'm sure that you can imagine.
I bet.
Hold on, sorry, that's my phone. I am so sorry.
That is okay.
So anyway, I've been in many meetings where I've heard people say the reasons why perhaps we're struggling.
Sure.
And you can talk about employment, you can talk about housing, the availability for housing, and here we go. We've got this whole long discourse of why we can't be successful. So what I'm trying to do, Will, and I'm trying to come along, and this is a great platform to do this, where I can say, I appreciate that. I see these challenges and I see these breakdowns. However, I do want to point out we have a lot of positive momentum happening. We have people who are invested in our community. They feel passionate about the success of Union County and all the small components, which are our towns in Union County. So that's where I'm focused. That's what I'm focusing on. And when I do that, what I'm finding is people rise to that occasion. There are going to be naysayers wherever we go, but the people who really will make a difference and make an impact are stepping up. They're putting their heart, their resources, their finances, their businesses, their time, their talents. I mean, I can go on all day on what I see happening. And so again, I'm not this pie in the sky, Pollyanna type person, but I will tell you, we see phenomenal things happening. So here's a couple examples. We were talking a minute ago about something as simple as the bowling alley.
Absolutely.
So to give you an idea of how people need good news, we posted that on our Facebook. We went in and took a picture in its raw form. You got a picture. These guys are tearing stuff apart. Dust is everywhere. The beams are in the middle and they're beautiful, but the floor is all torn out. But these guys are telling me all about the floor they got. They got this beautiful floor they're going to put in. They've got plans to do this, this, and this. They've got the funding to do it. And so we snap a picture in this raw form, throw it on our Facebook page. 27,000 people have looked at that and commented on that and said, okay, this is exciting. So you see, it's not just a matter of bringing one big business that will solve all of our problems in our economy and provide 1 million jobs. I think that's been tried. Now, I'm coming in to this after this mentality, but I think that's been tried. And I think that leads to frustration. I'm not sure it's realistic.
Absolutely.
So where the Chamber of Commerce is stepping up, and the board members and our ambassadors and the office staff and myself, is we're saying it's like one step at a time. One step at a time. We've got some funding, some grants coming in. We're seeing buildings that have been vacant forever. People are interested in them. They want to take this as a project. I mean, I look at the building here, look at this facility.
Absolutely. Gorgeous facility.
Gorgeous facility, renovated, beautiful. People are coming here. It's happening. And so, long answer to your short question. But you can tell I get kind of excited about it.
Absolutely.
I really do. And I love what this does too. This Coffee with Will provides a platform to get this message out that there are things happening and we need to pay attention to them.
Well, and there are people here. That's the thing. Is there are people here who are invested and that are excited about where the direction LeGrand is going. So it's interesting because you kind of see your position as maybe not less of making things happen, but revealing to people and exposing people to the things that are happening, and that the things that are good for Eastern Oregon and the Grand Ronde Valley and so on and so forth.
Okay, so and with that said, you bring up an interesting observation, because as I've started this role, my first priority was to go out and meet with business people, people who own and run a business, managers who manage the business, and then people who work for these folks. I just want to hear what is important to you. Okay, so this is kind of funny. The Chamber of Commerce, in its very nature and design, is supposed to produce and help get results and promote commerce, business, transactions, finance, all that in the local economy. And so when you ask, well, what does that mean? It can mean a lot of things, but here's what's funny. I'm going out and I'm asking people, what do you need the Chamber of Commerce to do for you? Because, okay, there's this list of a benefit statement that, you know, the Chamber of Commerce has produced a long time ago, so I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings by what I'm going to say. It was a long time ago. No one around came up with this. But one of the benefits on that list was you, as a member of the Chamber of Commerce, get a window sticker. And you think, oh, well,
I want a window sticker.
And so, I know, the look on your face was priceless.
High quality membership benefits.
Okay, so see the absurdity of that.
Yes.
You think, why? I'm a member to get a window sticker. So I sat with a group of people and I said, okay, can we please reevaluate these benefits? Because I'm not convinced a window sticker is really going to make this happen. And so, but see how that created conversation.
Sure.
And so we've sat down and we've gone through what is important to a local owner, manager, leader, someone who works or is involved in that finance, or anyone involved in commerce. What is important to you? What do you see as valuable to you? Oh, well, man, what people are saying, they want help with HR issues. They want help with marketing and advertising. You know, and listen, this is kind of up your alley. What's interesting is, as I've met with so many, they've said, we have a marketing and a budget for advertising. And these are small one-person owners, two people owners, businesses that have 50, 60 employees. But they all say the same thing. When revenue is down, sales are down, the first thing to go is advertising.
Absolutely.
That's first. And so it worries them, because then, of course, when that plunges, you can't get your message out there, well, then, of course, it's going to affect the overall business and the business flow. So it's this push-me-pull-you effect where you can't win for trying. And so they're saying, we want help with that. And so it's advertising. It doesn't cost anything, but see, we can connect and network. We can get the word out about businesses and what they're doing and promoting and get it to the entire community. One of the other things, too, they're talking about is representation with the city and the county. And they have feelings and they have concerns and they have thoughts around how our city and our county can move forward and truly address the issues we're facing in a way that will bring resolution. And so I hope if I'm known for anything, is that Bob brought resolution to these issues. You know, we can, instead of meeting to death and having more meetings than we should have and having blah, blah, blah talk about it, but we come to resolution. But they're saying, the businesses are saying, we need representation with these governing bodies that make decisions that affect all of us so that we can come to a resolution and move forward, get traction with our commerce, with our economy, with our jobs, with our housing, all of it. And it's interesting to me, see, those are things that are substantial. They're not window sticker comments.
They have real, tangible results and actions and results as a product that is being given. Absolutely.
Absolutely, and you're right. And that's where we're going. And that's where we're seeing this head into as we go into this year, that we're very committed around success.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very committed. And another component is that the Chamber also manages the Blue Mountain Conference Center. And the Blue Mountain Conference Center is a wonderful resource. It's a gift to this entire county, in fact, to the entire state. And we are putting together an action plan because, to be very candid, it's not been run, I think, to its full potential.
Sure.
We're not seeing the groups come in from out of town and utilizing our hotels and our restaurants and shopping our local places and wanting local products and services in a way that I believe we can. And so we are meeting, in fact, this next week with some movers and shakers, and we're going to put together a 3-point action plan. And it's going to have some meaning, and it's going to have impact, and we're going to execute on this. And we have a way to measure is this effective or not. If it's not, change it. And so we're committed to this, and I think we're going to see some good things go on.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, you are a talker and as well as a doer, we hope. And so I think that the future of LeGrand is going to be an interesting, fun, and vibrant time.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for coming in and chatting with me. We're probably here out of time. Anything else you want to add before we are all finished up?
No, it's a pleasure and honor to sit with you, Will.
Absolutely.
And I love your show.
Well, I enjoy doing it as well. I can drink coffee and talk to people, two of my favorite pastimes. So thank you for joining me, and thank you, LeGrand Alive, for joining me. This has been Coffee with Will with Bob Kavanaugh, brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress, Grand Ron Hospital, anythingtodigital.com, and Seabright Dentistry.